If we rent an apartment, we expect that the rent we'll pay will increase each year, just as most prices increase because of inflation. So it's actually a rather odd fact about a standard fixed-rate mortgage that we pay precisely the same amount year after year. Each month for 15 or 30 years, we pay the same amount, although other prices go up. What would happen if we paid the bank more and more, just as we would for rent? Naturally, we would pay off the mortgage sooner. The question is, how much sooner? Question 2 for Unit 17 asks us just this question, assuming that the amount we pay the bank goes up at 3% a year, an amount that's very likely what the percentage rate might be. We'll be analyzing the mortgage as usual month by month. So the first step is to convert 3% per year to a monthly equivalent rate. Here's our standard procedure for doing that. We look over 12 months in a year at what happens to $100, a round amount, if we increase it at an arbitrary rate of, say, 0.5%. At 0.5% increase per month, the yearly increase is 6.17%. We're wondering about the monthly equivalent of a 3% increase, so we'll goal seek the final result to $103. And I'll reformat this to 3 decimal places just to show that the answer we get in this procedure is not the same as the one we would get by taking 3% and dividing it by 12. That would be 0.25%. Now that we have this percentage, we can use it to analyze the mortgage. Here's the $200,000 we borrow. It's borrowed at a rate of 6.25%, but what we really get charged is that amount divided by 12 each month. Formatting it as a percentage, we see that it's about 0.5% per month. In the original problem, we paid $1231.43 each month. But now we're going to let the amount we pay each month increase at 3% per year. That's this percent monthly. So in the second month, we'll pay this amount plus a bit more, about $3 more, and so on for the other months. Here are the months, and here's what happens to our balance. It's the same as before. Each month we owe what we owed the last month, plus the interest on that amount, minus the payment for that month. In this case, it's C3. Notice that we're not using absolute addressing because the payment will be different each month. Continuing in this way, we see what the balance is after each month. And the question is, when will the balance go to 0? If we pay the same amount each month, we will have paid off the loan, we've analyzed this mortgage before, after 360 months, that's 30 years. In this case, however, increasing the payments by a modest amount, we find that we pay the loan off much sooner. In fact, after 216 months. 216 months is the same as, dividing by 12 months per year, 18 years. So if we let our mortgage payments go up in the same way that rent payments might, we'll cut 12 years off of a 30-year mortgage.